Welcome to HDTV. You're now rocking with your boy. So, here's the thing. Nikolavucevic reached a 3-year contract extension to stay in the Windy City, reported for $60 million. Now, he's agreed to it. They announced it today. And he was set to become an unrestricted free agent on Friday, but he'll stay there. So it's for 3 years. His agents, Bill Duffy and Ray Filipovich, told ESPN, or I like to call him espn, the veteran center has averaged a double-double each season since joining the Bulls at the trade deadline in March 2021. He's averaged similar stat lines the last 2 campaigns, which is 18 points and 11 rebounds, and served as one of 10 players who played in every game last season. Vooch is entering the 13th season of his career, suited up for the Sixers and Magic since being drafted number 16 overall in 2011. So the remaining free agents for Chicago is Patrick Beverley, Ayo Dosunmu, Drummond, Javonte Green, Derrick Jones Jr., and Kobe White. So what do I think of this deal? I don't really have any thoughts on it. I mean, Vucevic is, like I keep telling people, he's a poor man's version of Pau Gasol. The guy wants to play on the perimeter, but he don't want to play in the post. If he ever would have just stayed in the post and played the post and get tough down low, he would be a top-notch center in today's game because there's really no centers. He plays more like a stretch five. Stretch five. Around the three-point line. He used to have a post game, but he just don't do it anymore. I know in Orlando the problem is he's a good number 2, but if you don't have a great number 1, you're going to be in trouble. So, do I think this works? We'll see. I think Chicago is just trying to get to the playoffs, sell some tickets. That's about it. I don't really trust them. Chicago just ain't really been great since Butler and Rose left, and they had a good season with the choked and Zach LaVine, but it really didn't amount to nothing. So to me, they'll be a playoff team again. In the East, probably. I don't know. They might not. The East might be tougher this year. So, I'm not sold on them. Would I have extended them? You might as well. You don't really have nothing else going for you. Now, in a deal that delivers the franchise dramatic financial flexibility, the Atlanta Hawks are trading forward John-Collins to the Jazz. espn was told this Monday the Hawks are acquiring forward Rudy Gay and a future second-round pick for Collins, who is owed $78 million over the next 3 seasons. Sources said the swap creates a $25.3 million trade exemption for the Hawks, the largest in the NBA. Atlanta has a year to potentially use the exemption to take on the player's contract. The trade cannot become official until July 6th. The deal to acquire Collins, who is 25, brings the Jazz a versatile forward to play on the front line with all-star Lauri Markkanen and all-rookie center Walker Kessler. Utah used the 9th pick in Thursday's NBA draft to select Taylor Hendricks, a power forward out of Central Florida. The Jazz were an offensive revelation under first-year coach Will Hardy, and Collins' arrival could help Utah return to the Western Conference playoffs next season. The Hawks and Jazz have discussed numerous iterations of the deal for over a year, but the realities of the looming changes in the league new collective bargaining agreement left the balance of Collins' contract difficult to move for a return of assets. similar to the Golden State Warriors' recent unloading of Jordan Poole and the $130 million plus owed to him. For Atlanta, the acquisition of Gay, who exercised his $6.4 million player option for next season as part of the trade, his agent Sam Permit of Roc Nation Sports told ESPN, allows the Hawks to drop far below the $182.5 million second apron and beneath the $165 million luxury tax threshold for the 2023-24 season. Nevertheless, the Hawks are expected to remain in deal-making mode this offseason, and ownership is giving general manager Landry Fields the okay to move into the luxury tax should it be necessary to improve the roster. Sources said the departure of Collins also gives Atlanta a fuller opportunity to navigate possible contract extensions for three young core players, DeJounte Murray, Onyeka Okongwu, and Sadiq Bey. Collins' departure will also open up an opportunity for forward Jalen Johnson to take on a more prominent role in his third season, positioning themselves below the NBA's new second apron tax level ahead of 2024 assures that the Hawks won't be susceptible to the punitive team-building provisions that could have severely hampered the franchise's roster flexibility. Collins is a Hawks success story, the 19th overall pick in 2017, who turned into one of the Eastern Conference better forwards, averaged 16 points and 8 rebounds per game in 6 seasons with the Hawks, including 13 points and 7 rebounds in 2022-23. Among players active in each of the past 6 seasons, Collins is one of just 5 to average 15 points on 55% plus shooting. According to espn stats and information data, the other 4 are Giannis Antetokounmpo, Jonas Valanciunas, and Domantas Sabonis. So to me, what Atlanta did, they were bound to get rid of John Collins. Him and what's his name? They don't get along. Him and Trae Young, and the Hawks trying to keep Trae Young. At first, they were trying to trade him, which I think was stupid. Because I'm like, how you going to sell tickets? Nobody finna go there to see no Okongwu or Sadiq Bey. So you got to keep him. So this was a good move because now it opens up the floor for DeJounte and Trae. John Collins, to me, plays too much of a stretch 4, stretch 5-ish. Well, stretch 4. And to me, that really hampered them. They need a guy who's going to get rebounds, do all the dirty work to help them, get better. Now you got this room on your salary cap. You can go get some more pieces. And that's just the whole point and ordeal of the whole situation. Now, Atlanta, if they could, with Daniel Quinn in there, or Quinn Snyder, whatever his name is, Quinn Snyder, excuse me, if they could get them, if they get a season under him, off season under him, I think they'll be better. Snyder's a pretty good coach. I think McMillan, he was getting into it because, these guys are young and they stopped listening. But Trae, they scared Trae Young last year because they didn't care. They was going to trade his ass. Because, he wasn't trying to get better, but DeJounte Murray sat down, talked with him, got him right, and he was ready to go. So now we're going to see what Atlanta does. It's no excuses. Like, what you going to do now? Trae Young has to conform in learning how to play off the ball as well as facilitate, or he's not going to get to the next level. He's not. So let me know in the comment section what you think about the trades. I think the trade for the Jazz, I think Collins will fit out there with Utah because he'll be able to get the ball in certain spots. Marketing doesn't stay healthy for a whole year, so that'll help out. They got the center. You could actually run a 3-forward rotation. You can move Collins to the 3. He could play the wing, come in and do some things like they used to do back in the day with Millsap, Boozer, and I forgot the other guy's name. But they used to run a 3-forward combination. So, that could help. And Collins now, you could bring him on the floor, but him and marketing together, they'll be good on offense, but defensively and rebounding is what's gonna get in problems. But I believe they done picked up another forward. The Jazz have stacked it forward. So them other guys are going to be rebounders and do all the dirty work. So Collins and marketing will be straight. You know, they could do their thing. In Atlanta, Rudy Gay will be good as far as a veteran, but DeJounte and Trey, I think, will step up this year because they'll have an off season together to actually learn. Excuse me. So thank you for listening. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share this. Hit that notification bell to select all to receive upcoming notifications. And, you know, if you love what you hear, go to the description box. Hit that link to my Cash App to donate. You guys can also see my Zelle. There's a number right there. You use that number on the Zelle, and you'll be able to donate some money. You guys can super chat when we go live or premiere a video, and you guys can leave a super thanks if you come after the live. So thank y'all for listening, man. We are out. Deezy.